Hello again everyone, it's Maureen here. Hope you are all doing well and not going too stir crazy as we go through this crisis together. Anyway, I've put together a little short arm sequence today using the Theraband, so hopefully you have a Theraband. If not, you can actually do the entire sequence just using yourself without any resistance whatsoever, and just making sure that you're very precise and placed with all of the mechanics of the movement. I'm going to be putting together another video in a couple of days that will be using light hand weights, 3 pounds or 2 pound hand weights. And if you don't have hand weights for that one, you can actually use 2 water bottles full of water that you can hold, one in each hand, in place of hand weights. However, for today we're going to use a Theraband. And again, if you don't have one, don't worry about it. And actually, while you're doing this sequence, if the Theraband starts to feel a little bit too intense, you can either stop and take a rest, or you can put the Theraband down and continue the movement without using the resistance. And just make sure that your placement and your precision is right there. Because whenever we're working with the arms, we're actually really working beyond the arms, through the shoulder girdle and up across the chest and into the upper back. And then of course you want to be employing your core strength to keep your torso nice and vertical and held in place. You should never feel any strain in your neck as you're doing this. If you're feeling a lot of strain or congestion there, it usually means that you're tensing up to try and assist with the exercise, and you need to stop and take a break and pull those shoulders down and relax. All right, so breathing's going to be important. If you have any kind of shoulders or neck restrictions, you need to be very careful as we go through the sequence. And also you can press pause and stop and take a rest whenever you need to, and then eventually build up to maybe being able to do the entire thing without any breaks. All right, so that being said, let me get my little seat here. So one of the advantages of today's sequence is that the entire thing is done seated, if you want to be seated. You can also do it standing, but it's easier for me to demonstrate in the camera if I'm in a sitting position. So here's my lovely Theraband right here. As you can see, it's quite long. All right, so it's better to have a longer Theraband than a shorter one, and that way you can modify where your hand placement is if you need to, so that you don't put too much strain on your shoulders, especially the first or second time that you do the sequence. As you get stronger, as you start to understand the sequence, you can start to tighten up on the amount of resistance that you're using. So anyway, I'm going to begin sitting perched right on the edge of my chair, and that way I can get my feet placed flat on the floor and allow me to sit up with a nice tall lifted back. Tummy's pulled in. I'm sitting not forward on the front of my pelvis, but rolled into the sits bones and trying to get my shoulders down my back. I'm going to take that Theraband up in front of us, shoulder height, and you want to have a nice kind of droopy center here. So as you can see, I can make it swing and extend the fingers forward. So my arms are long and straight, and I'm pulling my shoulders down, so I always have a nice neck line in the camera here. And all we're going to do is begin by pulling that tummy in. Big breath, and then slowly, always do the first few nice and slow, pull out until the band comes to your chest. Now you want to look at what you're doing here, make sure you don't have soggy elbows. Push those arms way out and feel the shoulders pull down into your arm socket. And then out here where your hands are, don't let the wrists flick up and flex. You want to try and keep the arms like blades, helicopter blades, out to the side. So here I am, I've got the band just kind of touching my torso, and I feel my scapula in the back squeezing together to hold me. And then I just slowly bring the arms forward. And as they come forward, the band will get soft. Now, if you need to modify the tension, now's the time to do it. And then we repeat that. Inhale, bring the band out, hold it for a second, feel as if you're getting longer through your fingertips. Tummy's pulled in, and then slowly exhale. Bring the arms back in front. And again, inhale. Keep the movement smooth. Lifting that neck, time to think long thoughts, tall So I'm not moving quickly. I want to take my shoulders around and out and down, feeling both arms working equally and feeling the extension go out. And then exhale. So if you're moving slowly, you'll be able to make little adjustments as you go if you feel things starting to pull out of position. And you'll be able to constantly think of those tall, lifted spines. And forward. Letting the band release. And let's do 2 more. Inhale. Shoulders stay down. Both arms reach out. Extend through the elbows. And then exhale. Keep that tummy tight. Stay lifted. No rolling around on your pelvis. Now on this next one, we're going to stay out here. And we're going to turn our hands so the thumbs end up behind you and the palms are facing up to the ceiling. So it's like you're holding 2 big plates out there. Now we keep the band against our chest, keep the elbows nice and long, and we just make small circles. And each of those circles kind of pulls backwards, backwards, backwards. 3, 2, 1. Then change direction. Circle the opposite way. Look how small the shoulder shrugs are. Look how long the neck stays. And you just make it happen. Now hold it here and turn the palms. A little quarter turn so that the hands are now flat facing forward. And we repeat those circles. So a little bit less rotation in the shoulder. And now feel that upper back squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Make sure your posture's all there. And then change the direction. Keeping it small, keeping it small. 3, 2, 1. Then we hold it and turn the hands another quarter turn. So now the palms are facing down and we squeeze and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Hold it and change direction. Little tiny circles, both arms. 3, 2, 1. Now here's the most challenging one. Turn the palms backwards with the thumb down and push. So that's an internal rotation of the shoulder. It starts to really burn. And other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I want to bring the hands back to the front and everything says, whoo, right there. And then we take it out again. Now this time when we take it out, turn the thumbs up, lift the band up over your head. Now you don't want the shoulders to move here, you want to keep them anchored down and then just reach behind you and put the band across your back, right there. Hopefully with both arms working equally. Now from there I take the band off my back, lift it up, over the head and down to the chest. Now if you've got any range of motion issues here, you can drop your head a little so that when you take the band behind you, lift the head up and hold it. And then drop the head a little. So it's easier to get the band over your head. And then lift it up. Let's do one more. Up and over. Get it around that hair clip. Stretch those fingers. Pull backwards just a little, up and over and right here. Now we turn those hands face down and bring the arms forward. So now you should have a nice burning in the shoulders. So we're going to modify out of the upper back and a little bit more into the arms by taking your band down onto the floor and stepping on it with both feet and then sitting up top. So we're going to take that band in our hands, rotate the thumbs outward and pull the elbows nice and tight against your body. You want to feel as if your inner arm is squeezed against your body, like you're holding something tight and you don't want to let it fall out of there. All right, so we're anchoring the shoulders down the back, sitting up nice and tall, and you just bend the elbows. And then slowly straighten. Use using the biceps now. So that takes a little bit of the load out of the shoulders. And open. So here's where you want to have a nice long band, because then you can make the band a little bit looser if you're feeling any tension. And exhale. And inhale, grow nice and tall when the arms go down. So I'm digging my arms into my ribs, digging my elbows into my sides, keeping the upper arms still and just curling. Trying to make both arms work at the same time. Let's do 2 more. Whoop. Nice and slowly back. And 1. Nice and slowly back. So here we are, we finished that, and you can take the feet off the band again and bring it up. So anytime you need to stop and roll those shoulders around, do whatever feels good. Okay, so now we're going to take the band again. Hold it like we did at the very start, nice and droopy, nice and floppy, and take it out just like we did at the very start, opening the arms, bringing the band to the chest. Now really pull those shoulders down and away. Feel as if your arms are extending. And we're going to turn the hands and lift the band up. Right there. Again, watch the shoulders don't follow the arms up. Now when you pull on the band, look where my palms are. They're facing forward. And when they come around this time, they're going to keep going until they come down low. And I bring the band until it touches my back down low. And the palms are still facing forward. Now pull the band backwards. Squeeze outward. Lift the band over your head. And as it comes in front, just bring those hands out. Good, so the band's not very tight right now, but my arms are straight, palms down. So you lift the band up, feel those shoulder blades behind your back and those muscles under your armpits drop. Now pull outward and back. Trying to keep the head still if you can, pulling equally with both arms. The palms stay facing front, and you just make the circle come down until the band hits your spine. And you want to feel those shoulders drop. And can you turn your head? Get a nice rotation in that neck, and then reach back and up. Pulling outward as it goes upward, and bring it forward. Let's do 2 more of these. Now if you have any kind of shoulder restriction, this might be really challenging for you, and you do it without the band, because you want both arms to do equally. You don't want one arm and then the other, or one arm to bend. You want it to be both arms. And go down. There you are. And you can turn that neck from one side to the other, making sure your chin doesn't collide with your shoulders, because your shoulders are pulled down, and then push it back. Inhale. All the way clear of your head and forward. Okay, we're going to do 1 more of these. Up. Around, trying not to stick the chin out. I just felt myself do that there, so I have to fix that. Scapula squeeze together as the hands come down. And you turn that neck. 1 twist one way, look behind you. The other twist the other way. And when you bring it back to the center, we're going to lift it up. And this time, instead of bringing it overhead, just bring it against your back, up high, and bring those hands together so they tap right here. So now when your band pulls you open, you want to make sure you don't go all the way backwards. Stop with the band slightly in front of you and pull it through again. And open. So I'm not going as wide as I did before when I brought the band over my shoulders. I'm keeping it slightly front. Lengthen the band, feel it elongate. And wrap it around yourself. Close your wings, fingertips touch. And very nice and tall. Trying to keep that spine straight and long and lifted and held. and just pull gently through and open. Now one more of these. Inhale, and this one goes a little bit further back so you can take the band up and through. And then bring those arms in front. So we're going to take a little rest here. Relax the elbows, relax the wrists, give the hands a little shake out, give the elbows a little shake out, and you should feel a lovely, nice work through the back and down the arms. All right, so we're going to change it up very slightly here, and I want you to just do a little small movement, taking the hands and holding the band underneath your knuckles with the palms face up. Now again, like we did before, we want to squeeze those elbows into the ribs, drop the shoulders, plant the feet, and then it's a very small external rotation and forward. And if you want more tension, make it more challenging, shorten the band out. And here, so we're opening the chest, we're pulling the shoulders down and around to the back, and we're thinking tall, lifted thoughts, right up out of those sits bones. Squeeze, and let's do 3 more. Open the hands apart, keep the palms flat. And 2 small, squeeze the elbows into your ribs. Now on this last one, when we take it out, we stay out and we do little short pulses, pulling out, 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 out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it through. And now we can just take those arms and let them drop. All right, so we're going to do a couple more things here. For the next exercise, I'm actually going to turn around and face the other way. And what I need you to do is take the band up over your head with one arm and let it drop straight down your spine. And now the other hand comes around behind you. So if you take the arm out and turn it, then when you bring your knuckles up into your spine here, the band is right there, right where your hand needs to be. Now we actually want to focus on that arm that's up. So just hold the band very softly with this bottom arm and then pull upward until the arm straightens. Try not to let the shoulders fall. And then you bring your hand down. Now you want to take your hand down your back as if you're trying to get your fingertips to meet. And they might be able to do that, might get really close. And then again, hold the band and reach up. So the arm that we're working is that arm is over your head. We're pulling down on the shoulders and then tightening that tricep muscle as the arms and the fingers reach up. Don't let the wrist collapse. And here. Reach down each time, trying to get those fingers to meet. And then breathe it up. Last one. So this one is just the one arm moving. And then this time when you bring the hand down and you get those hands to try and meet, you're going to make sure both hands tighten and pull in opposite directions. So now this other arm is going down, tight against your back. This arm is going up, and you want to think really tall thoughts here. Both arms come in at the same time. They try and meet in the middle. And then exhale, both pull away. And again, if that feels too challenging, make the band a little more slack. And we've got this outer arm going up, inner arm going down. And let's do 3 more. Exhale. Try not to lean over on one hip. Stay nice and tall. And reach behind. And exhale. Hopefully the band won't catch on your hair clip. And last one. Now, on this last one, we want to really stretch because we're going to open our arms like a windmill. Out, out. And one arm is turned in and down, the other hand is turned out and up. because we want to do it up the side too. Arm goes up, other arm out nice and wide. Rotate the hand inward and then bring the hand up the back to grab the band. Just very softly right here. Now this is my much tighter side. So when I reach up, I want to really pull down with my other arm. And then this hand comes down, and if you see, oh, I don't get nearly as close with that reach. Still tightening the tricep. And in. And if you need to drop your head, keep yourself room, then please do so. Pull the hand down, try and reach up the back. And here on this one, this is when both arms go at the same time. Really pulling down with one arm and reaching up with the other. And then when they come in at the same time. And they try to meet. Making it looser, making it tighter as needed. And 3 more. Now on this last one, pull it down now, open it out slowly. One hand is turned internal, one hand is turned external, and you bring it down. Now I'm going to stay facing this way, and we're going to do one last thing. This time you want to take the band behind your back, wrap your hands around it, and pull behind you, both arms out. And then bring the band back to your bottom. Back. And try not to lift the shoulders as you do that. If I face this way, you might be able to see better. Here. Now, don't worry if you can't reach back very far. If your shoulders are very tight, it won't go back too far. But try and keep the palms facing backwards. And keep the head up, don't let it tip. Now as we do our last 3, and 2. On the last one, you take it out and you pull outward, out, out. So if I face this way, pull, pull. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 1, and then bring it down. You can just drop the band now, let the arms come up in front. Oh, and they feel so light. And then give them a wrap around your chest. Oh, now don't put the hand up on the shoulder here and lift the shoulder. Put the hand around the shoulder to the back and drop the shoulder so you feel like your neck is still put up. And now we just gently tug ourselves around to one side. And then the other side. And then when you come back to the center, just give one arm a little hug into your body. And take the arm up. Give it a little stretch over your head. And then we do the same thing with the other arm. Pull it in, give it a little stretch. And reach it up over your head. Give it a little stretch. And then we'll take both arms up. Pull yourself gently to one side. And over. And over. And when you open the arms out wide, it should feel as if you can really reach out. Remember those little circles we did at the start? Feel how open your back is now? Hopefully you feel as if you've grown a little inch or two, and we bring those arms down, nice and low. And once they're down, you should be able to move that head nice and easily through its range of motion without feeling any tension in the neck. So that's our little arm sequence using the Theraband today. It's challenging. Take your time, remember to breathe, and don't worry if it's not perfect. Just work at it, and it will help you to sit up straighter. It will help you keep those shoulders down out of your ears, and it will help you have beautiful posture as you go through all of these days and days and days. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon.